Hey guys, this is fire signs for this week. So we have this lovely orangey red stone to represent fire, and these cards here are just the fire signs, just so that we can link directly with their energy. So I'll start with the cards on the bottom first, which are the Angels of Abundance. So the first card we have is Detox Your Friendships. Your abundance flow is being affected by the people with whom you're spending time. So be discerning about your associations and relationships. Choose to be with people who are inspiring, generous, and supportive. Okay, and then the next message that we have with the Angels of Abundance is Conscious Consumer. You have the power to heal and help the world with your decision to buy only products and services that are ethical and environmentally friendly. As a conscious consumer, you choose to invest in fair trade and organic goods. You live simply and you purchase only that which you need. Okay, so then we've got a fairy oracle. Find balance. Find the balance between your work, rest, and playtime, and you will have more energy, harmony, and productivity in your life. Take a power nap. That sounds pretty good, a power nap. But it's not always possible, is it? Okay. And then the tarot, the Muse tarot, we have the Seven of Inspiration, which is the Seven of Wands. I'll show you. Okay. We have the Six of Cups, which is the Six of Emotions in this deck. And the Devil. Okay. So, let's take a look at these cards first before we move on to the other cards. So, being a fire sign myself, this detox your friendships card really speaks to me, because being in a spiritual field of work as I am, it's very surprising to me that people who you thought were spiritual would become very competitive and very unsympathetic, lacking empathy, jealousy, completely kind of cutting you off for new people who can offer them things that maybe you can't. And friendships like that are very toxic anyway. You don't need that kind of energy, So this could even be, for example, people that you work with, if you have an office job and, they're gossiping or they're trying to throw you off track with the work that you're doing, for example. Even personal relationships, if you're kind of in a toxic situation, this can impact your ability to, receive abundance in all of its forms. And the conscious consumer kind of links in with this because, you may be, for example, you only believe in buying products from a certain place, and maybe your friend, I don't know, works for Body Shop at home and you've not bought their products and they're very offended by it, but it's because it goes against your ethics. And your friend maybe isn't that reliable, so you don't want to give them the money because they're not that reliable, even though they're your friend. There's a lot of different things involved there, and perhaps, I don't know, your friend's trying to convince you to buy a certain product or from a product line, but you don't believe in that, but it's basically saying that the choices you're making are working for you in bringing abundance, because when you're conscious about what you're buying, for example, so if you buy bags that are biodegradable safely, or you buy bags that you can reuse, you're helping the earth in that way, so you're going to get repaid with abundance, in different ways. Abundance isn't just about money, it's about the universe kind of giving you, what you need, but also rewards. When you treat the world kindly, treat others kindly, this is what it brings in. The balance at the moment, obviously it's difficult for all of us to have balance at the moment because our lives have completely been turned on the head. So what the hell is balance anymore anyway? But if you are working from home, just switch off at the end of the day. You know, don't take your work to bed with you. You know, don't let it affect, for example, your relationship with your children or your partner. You know, just try and switch off, take a nap, rest, because I feel like a lot of us are tired at the moment because we're not really going anywhere. We're not getting a change of scenery. You know, it's kind of like, you know, on Christmas Day when you get tired because you've been sat around all day eating. It's like that kind of tiredness. So it's saying just to make sure you get enough rest so that you can actually focus on what's going on, so you can get, you know, it's not a good thing to be tired because things are going to get neglected. You're not taking care of yourself, and it can manifest into physical symptoms as well, you know, so that's really important to remember there. You know, and I know with fire signs we do like to do a lot. You know, we don't like to be sat down doing nothing. We like to be doing something all the time. We like to keep our minds busy. So it's saying, you know, just try not to really overwork yourself with that. Just find balance between, you know, romance. You know, just find time to spend time with your family, with your children, with your partner. You know, it's just about not putting yourself in a position where one thing is taking priority. You know, in this situation, it usually means work or housework, you know, serious stuff, basically. The devil tarot card here can represent, for example, negative thinking. It can also represent reconnecting sexually. You know, for example, if your sex life has been a bit low recently, you know, for whatever reason, you know, it could be through stress, just not having time, you know, maybe the kids are around all the time, so you've not been able to do it. You know, it's saying here, there's an opportunity to do that because the devil, as well as addictions, it's about sex, you know, it's about carnal desires. You know, it could be that maybe you've just eaten too many crisps this week, too many bars of chocolate. You know, it could be that, again, you're allowing your anxiety to take over, or just letting negative patterns creep in, you know, and take your eye off the ball, you know, and it's saying not to do that because the Six of Cups is about happy times with families, happy times in relationships, you know, reminiscing, remembering how it felt when you could go out and do things, you know, so you maybe just having conversations about, you know, when you went away on a trip, or like a funny thing that happens with relatives. You know, it could even be just spending a lot of time with your children, just like remembering what it feels like to have that childlike joy about the world. And more importantly, it's about hope as well. Hope that the situation that you're in currently will change. You know, maybe perhaps your relationship hasn't been all that great recently, and you know, you're just wondering where it's going to go. You know, if this week it's going to improve for the better, if it's going to stay the same, if it's going to get worse. You know, you're trying to hold on to excuse me, positive memories. You know, those are the things that keep us going in our darkest moments. You know, I've heard that. You know, I feel like this is really going to help you moving forward, because the Seven of Wands is all about going through a battle but coming out of it the winner, basically. You know, like, all of this fighting is worthwhile. You know, all of this effort is going to be worthwhile in the end, especially with the Six of Cups there. So I feel like this is about an emotional situation getting a lot better. You know, I feel like maybe the devil can represent like negative thoughts turning into like physical manifestation of pain and things like that. So it's just like saying be mindful of your thoughts in that regard. So let's look at the romance angels. So we have, it is safe for you to love, and honeymoon. Okay, so I feel like these cards are talking about, you know, a relationship. You know, say for example, if you've been together a while and it's just kind of hit a lull, and you know, you're worried that it may go stale, it may turn into how another relationship in the past turned out, and you're just kind of holding back because you don't want to waste your time, you don't want to waste your energy with that, you know, and you may even be questioning your feelings even though you know that you love them completely to the end of the earth. You know, it's saying, you know, open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all. You know, this is safe, this is fine. You don't need to worry. It's a shit situation, but you'll come out of it, you know. And the honeymoon, you may have like a new honeymoon period in your relationship. It may like be a complete renewal and you just fall completely head over heels in love with each other. You know, and if you're single, it's saying, you know, that someone new's come into your life and because of the past hurt that you've experienced, you're a bit conscious of fully opening yourself up to it and really believing that this could be okay, you know. But it's saying, you know, the honeymoon period is like the best period of a relationship, but it's saying literally there's nothing to worry about here. You know, this is great. You're coming into like an amazing time and it's safe for you to feel whatever it is that you feel, to be honest and open. Just go for it, you know. And it can be like painful, it can be embarrassing and difficult to like open up and admit how you really feel to someone, but it's saying here that this is beneficial, this is going to be good, you know, this is going to work out exactly the way you want it to, you know, which the tarot cards are saying as well. It's going to go exactly the way that you want it to, you know. And the tarot cards relate to everything in life, you know, for example, in work, in family, you know, things are going to work out the way that you want them to, you know. So try not to worry too much about, you know, those little niggling thoughts in your head. Okay, so let's look at the astro deck. So we've got Mercury, which is communication, which is interesting because we're coming into Mercury retrograde. And we have the 10th house, which is reputation. And then we have a sextile opportunity. So the 10th house reputation is about career, responsibilities, achievement, competence, fame, notoriety, standing, authority figures, legacy, purpose, pinnacle, the patriarchy, empire. And sextile opportunity is collaborates, assists, explains, provides opportunity. So basically it's saying that you've got an opportunity to express yourself, to be completely open about your feelings, and it's going to go okay. It's not going to backfire, you know. So for example, if there's a conversation you've been meaning to have with someone for a while, it's saying now is the time to do it because the planets are aligned in your favor, even though technically they're not. But it's saying in this regard, this is the best time to do it, is to communicate what is going on. You know, so if, for example, it's in an existing relationship, it's important to kind of express how you feel. You know, for example, if your partner's doing something that's really annoying you, or they're not paying enough attention to you, you feel unloved, talk about it, tell them, because how can they change anything if you don't tell them? You know, and it's also saying that there's going to be some good news about your business or your career this week as well. An opportunity is going to present itself that wasn't there before, or if it was there before you didn't take it because it wasn't the right time. But it's saying that it is the right time for this opportunity to come along for you to take it, and it's going to work out in your favor. It's going to be okay. The energy for you guys this week really is not that negative, because I feel like for us fire signs, the previous 2 weeks were really heavy energy and it was horrible, and I was a mess. Like, I cried at least 3 days last week, you know, and it's just like, most of the time I didn't even know what I was crying about, but the energy was just like so heavy. But this energy is being cleared, you know, and if there's people around you that you feel are bringing you down, you can't trust them, just get rid of them, okay? Because it's not serving you anymore. You know, I've had to do this myself this week. I've had to remove myself from situations before they escalated out of control, you know. So I do feel like if this has been on your mind, you have to do this, you know. You need to just cut the fat, you know. But, you know, all in all, it's going to be a relatively successful week, whatever it is that you do. Opportunities are going to present themselves so that you can repair things, you know, in your love life, in your work life, in your business life, in your family life, with your friendship circle. There's opportunities to kind of just cut the fat and just move on to better things, essentially. You know, so all in all, it's looking really positive for you guys. There's nothing negative here. You know, in relationships, you're going to have a really, really good week, like an amazing week. It may not feel like it just yet because of what you've been through recently. You've been through the ringer. But believe me, this is going to work out positively for you. This is going to work out fine. So, yep. So that's fire signs for this week. Okay. So I'll leave that there for fire. And we'll move on to earth now. Hello, my dear earth signs. It is your turn now for your